So to build a big building, you need reliable power. I&M helped construct this new switchyard. We went from 12,000 kilovolts to 69,000 kilovolts coming in from two directions. We are so grateful for clean, reliable power. But what happens if that power goes out? Let's go look. So just in case the power goes out, these are three massive generators, generating about 1.25 kilovolts of electricity and 1,675 horsepower each. We have a tank out back with 30,000 gallons of diesel that's about as big as a swimming pool. These three beasts can suck that dry in just 3 days. It's to make sure the lights always stay on. Let's go to the next stop. So these are the chillers. We have 4 chillers in this room. These 2 chillers keep the whole place cool. This chiller actually makes ice cubes. The little chiller behind you makes warm water. If you ask me how a chiller makes warm water, they didn't teach me that in medical school. Let's go look at the coldest place in the hospital. So this is the coldest place in the hospital right here. You see these great big tanks? These hold about 6 tons of ice. We use the chillers upstairs to make ice down here when the power is cheap at night. And we use these ice cubes to cool the facility during the day when power is more expensive. There are 24 of these tanks in the basement of the hospital. Let's go to the next stop. This is the boiler room. This was built in 1975. It was big enough then, and it's big enough now. We have one boiler that is always fired up and working. We have another boiler that's always hot and waiting. We have a third boiler that's always off and cool. That gives us the redundancy to make sure we never run out of heat. We ran a single high pressure steam header to the new pavilion. That's all it takes to heat another 250,000 square feet. So this is how that steam gets to the new pavilion, from the boilers down the steam tunnel to the rest of the facility. So these are the massive air handlers for the entire pavilion. So the boiler sends in hot water, the chillers send in cold water, and they go into one of these giant 2-story air handlers. We have 5 like that. This one's a special one. This goes to surgery. Let's take a look inside. So we're inside those massive air handlers. This will send ultra purified air to the operating room and change that air every 2 to 3 minutes, 24/7. We can add moisture to the air over here, or if necessary, dry the air out over here. Depends on what we need. Whoops, I got 5 seconds. Let's go.